In 2026, $40,000 does not feel cheap anymore. Not when payments are higher. Not when insurance is higher. Not when repairs are higher. And not when even normal family cars can feel overpriced. Most buyers ask the wrong question. They ask, what is the cheapest car I can get? But the better question is, what car gives me the most value with the least regret? Because cheap can become expensive fast. If resale is weak. If insurance is high. If repairs are complex. If the wrong trim destroys the deal. Or if the car looks affordable, but the ownership cost tells a different story. So today, we are ranking the best cars, SUVs, hybrids, crossovers, and one small truck under $40,000. This is not a normal best cars list. This is Car Brands Exposed. We are ranking by real value, price, fuel economy, insurance risk, repair complexity, resale value, practicality, daily usability, and long-term ownership confidence. The tiers are simple. S tier, worth every penny. The strongest buys under $40,000. A tier, smart buy, very good choices, but price and trim still matter. B tier, good, but price matters. Solid cars, but not automatic winners. C tier, only with a big discount. Not bad, but they need the right deal. D tier, hidden cost trap. Vehicles that can look attractive, but create too many ownership questions. Let's start at the bottom. D tier, hidden cost trap. D tier does not mean every car here is terrible. It means the value case is too weak for most buyers unless the deal is extremely strong. Nissan Sentra, D tier. The Nissan Sentra looks like a smart budget sedan. It is affordable, easy to understand, and practical enough for basic transportation. But cheap is not the same as value. The problem is the competition. Corolla exists. Civic exists. Elantra exists. Kia K4 exists. And used options around the same money can sometimes feel stronger. The Sentra only makes sense if the discount is big enough. If the price gets too close to stronger rivals, the value disappears. Bottom line, Nissan Sentra goes into D tier. Not a disaster, but not a top value pick. Tesla Model 3, D tier. This one will make people angry. The Tesla Model 3 can be fast, modern, efficient, and exciting. For the right owner, it can make sense. But under $40,000, it is not a universal recommendation. Insurance can be expensive. Collision repair can be expensive. Tires can wear fast. Depreciation can move quickly. Battery health matters. Charging access matters. And Tesla ownership depends heavily on your lifestyle. If you charge at home and insurance is reasonable, it may work. But if you live in an apartment, rely on public charging, or do not understand EV ownership, the value can fall apart. Bottom line, Tesla Model 3 goes into D tier. Brilliant for the right buyer. Risky for the wrong one. C tier, only with a big discount. C tier cars are not bad, but they need the right price, the right trim, and the right buyer. Hyundai Elantra, C tier. The Hyundai Elantra looks strong on paper. Sharp styling, good tech, efficient engines. A lot of features for the money. But features are not the same as long-term value. The Elantra can win on day one, but this ranking is about year 3, year 5, resale, insurance, and ownership confidence. Bottom line, Hyundai Elantra goes into C tier. Good car, but deal dependent. Kia K4, C tier. The Kia K4 looks fresh, modern, and more expensive than many buyers expect. That matters in a market where affordable cars are disappearing. But new and impressive does not automatically mean proven. Long-term ownership data is thinner. Resale still has to prove itself. Insurance and repair experience still matter. Bottom line, Kia K4 goes into C tier. Strong potential, but not proven enough for the top tiers yet. Chevrolet Equinox, C tier. The Chevrolet Equinox is familiar, practical, and easy to find. It feels like the normal family SUV choice. But popular does not mean best value. The compact SUV category is crowded. CR-V, RAV4, CX-5, CX-50, Forester, Tucson, Sportage. The Equinox has to win on price. If the deal is strong, it can work. If the price gets close to better rounded rivals, the value weakens fast. Bottom line, Chevrolet Equinox goes into C tier. Useful, but only if priced aggressively. Toyota Corolla, C tier. The Toyota Corolla is safe, sensible, efficient, and easy to own. So why is it not higher? Because this is a value tier list, not just a reliability tier list. The Corolla is excellent if you want basic transportation with low regret. But under $40,000, stronger options may give you more space, comfort, hybrid value, or daily usability. Bottom line, Toyota Corolla goes into C tier. Low risk, but not maximum value. B tier, good, but price matters. B tier vehicles are genuinely recommendable, but the wrong trim, markup, or financing can ruin the deal. Chevrolet Trax, B tier. The Chevrolet Trax is one of the most important value plays in America. Not because it is fast or luxurious, because it gives normal buyers what they actually want. SUV shape, useful space, modern design, low entry price, and easy daily usability. The warning is simple. Remember what it is. It is still a budget vehicle. Do not expect luxury quietness, huge power, or elite long-term confidence. Bottom line, Chevrolet Trax goes into B tier. Good value, if you keep expectations realistic. Mazda 3, B tier. The Mazda 3 is for buyers who want a normal car that does not feel boring. It feels more premium than many rivals. It looks mature. It drives better than most budget cars. But personality costs practicality. It is not the roomiest. It is not the most practical family choice. And compared with compact SUVs, it can feel small. Bottom line, Mazda 3 goes into B tier. Great for the right buyer. Not universal. Subaru Crosstrek, B tier. The Subaru Crosstrek makes sense for a specific lifestyle. Snow, dogs, hiking, rough roads, standard all-wheel drive confidence. If that is your life, it is easy to understand. But it can feel underpowered depending on trim, and pricing can climb quickly. Bottom line, Subaru Crosstrek goes into B tier. Great fit for the right buyer. Average fit for everyone else. Mazda CX-50, B tier. The Mazda CX-50 looks rugged, stylish, and more premium than average. It has strong emotional appeal. But value is not just design. Once the trim price climbs, buyers start comparing it with hybrids, bigger SUVs, or stronger resale leaders. Bottom line, Mazda CX-50 goes into B tier. Good SUV. But watch the price. Subaru Forester, B tier. The Subaru Forester is useful, practical, roomy, and honest. Visibility is strong. All-wheel drive is standard. Cargo space is good. Daily usability is easy. But it does not dominate the value conversation. Some buyers may want more power, more refinement, or better fuel economy. Bottom line, Subaru Forester goes into B tier. Very sensible. Not elite value. A tier, smart buy? A tier vehicles have a strong ownership case and fewer financial traps. They are not perfect, but they make real sense. Honda Accord, A tier. The Honda Accord is underrated because everyone is obsessed with SUVs. But if you do not need an SUV, the Accord gives you a lot of car for the money. Space, comfort, efficiency, mature driving feel, strong daily usability, and a reputation that still matters. It avoids some of the weight, fuel cost, and pricing pressure of crossovers. Bottom line, Honda Accord goes into a tier. Smart sedan, underrated in a crossover world. Mazda CX-5, A tier. The Mazda CX-5 is one of the best non-hybrid value SUVs under $40,000. Why? Because it feels more expensive than it is. The cabin feels mature. The design has aged well. The size is practical. And the ownership experience is more normal than luxury SUVs. The warning is fuel economy. If mileage is your top priority, hybrids may beat it. But if you want premium feel without luxury repair risk, the CX-5 is strong. Bottom line, Mazda CX-5 goes into a tier. Premium feel. Normal ownership. Honda CR-V, A tier. The Honda CR-V is one of the easiest SUVs to recommend. It is practical, roomy, comfortable, familiar, and family-friendly. It is not cheap anymore, especially in higher trims. But if you buy the right version at the right price, it is very hard to regret. Bottom line, Honda CR-V goes into a tier. Not exciting, just extremely easy to justify. Toyota RAV4, A tier. The Toyota RAV4 is popular for a reason. Strong resale, broad service familiarity, practical size, trusted reputation, huge buyer demand. But that popularity is also the problem. Because everyone wants one, the deal is not always amazing. A RAV4 can be a great buy, but not at any price. Bottom line, Toyota RAV4 goes into a tier. Great vehicle, not a blank check. S tier, worth every penny. S tier does not mean perfect. It means the car gives you the best chance of still feeling smart years later. Ford Maverick Hybrid, S tier. The Ford Maverick Hybrid might be the cleverest vehicle under $40,000. It is not trying to be a giant truck. It gives many buyers what they actually need. A small truck bed, real utility, good fuel economy, easy size, lower price than big trucks. Enough capability for normal life. Most people do not need a full-size pickup every day. They need to carry tools, bikes, furniture, mulch, and weekend project stuff without destroying their fuel budget. The warning is price creep. If the trim gets too expensive, the value drops. But in the right configuration, it is one of the smartest vehicles in America. Bottom line, Ford Maverick Hybrid goes into S tier. Not the biggest truck, maybe the smartest one. Toyota Camry, S tier. The Toyota Camry belongs in S tier because it understands the assignment. It is not trying to impress everyone. It is trying to make sense. It commutes. It saves fuel. It carries adults. It has space. It holds value. It is easy to service. It creates very little drama. That may sound boring, but boring is powerful when cars are this expensive. Bottom line, Toyota Camry goes into S tier. Not thrilling, just extremely hard to argue against. Honda Civic Hybrid, S tier. The Honda Civic Hybrid may be the strongest all-around value here. It gives buyers the right balance. Compact enough to be easy, large enough to be useful, efficient enough to save fuel, better to drive than many economy cars, modern enough to feel current, and familiar enough to feel safe. That is the difference between cheap and value. Cheap feels like sacrifice. Value feels like you made the right move. Bottom line, Honda Civic Hybrid goes into S tier. If you want one car under $40,000 that makes sense for the most people, this may be it. Final tier list recap. Here is the final ranking. D tier, hidden cost trap. Nissan Sentra, Tesla Model 3. Not terrible cars, but too dependent on the right price, right owner, or right situation. C tier, only with a big discount. Hyundai Elantra, Kia K4, Chevrolet Equinox, Toyota Corolla. Useful choices, but not automatic winners. B tier, good, but price matters. Chevrolet Trax, Mazda 3, Subaru Crosstrek, Mazda CX-50, Subaru Forester. Good vehicles, but buyer fit and trim discipline matter. A tier, smart buy, Honda Accord, Mazda CX-5, Honda CR-V, Toyota RAV4. These are serious, defensible choices under $40,000. S tier, worth every penny. Ford Maverick Hybrid, Toyota Camry, Honda Civic Hybrid. These are the strongest value plays in the list. In 2026, the best car under $40,000 is not automatically the cheapest one. It is the one that still makes sense after the payment, after insurance, after fuel, after repairs, after depreciation, after 5 years of real life. If this video helped you, hit like, subscribe to Car Brands Exposed, and tell me in the comments which ranking you disagree with the most. Should the RAV4 be S tier? Is the Tesla Model 3 too low? Is the Ford Maverick Hybrid the smartest vehicle under $40,000? Drop your ranking below. And before you buy your next car, remember, do not trust the sticker. Check the value.